Branded video games on the Black Horse Pike. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka Har. Today's subject: the wild world of Sonic media in the 90s and the possible future. I should also put the present world of wild Sonic media. It's all encompassing. See, let me tell you something about how popular the first Sonic the Hedgehog game was. It made like nearly $1 billion, I believe, in 1990s money. That's not adjusted to inflation. 1990s billion, which is, I don't even know what that is. That's, yeah. So, Sega was really overconfident. So they wanted to get the word out and just decided, hey, you want to make a cartoon or comic or a manga based on our little hedge boy? It's all for you, Daniel. And so they did. They made 2 comics in the western part of the world with the Fleetway books, Sonic the Comic, and in America, Archie Sonic. A bunch of chapter books featuring Sonic and his little animal friends. Like 2 cartoons that were supposed to be the same cartoon, but then they decided not to. I don't understand. A horrible third one, or a good third one, depending on who you're asking. An anime, abity, ababity, abibity, and a habity. Just a lot. Oh, and the movies. Yeah. They would say yes to everything for years because they thought, oh, it wouldn't hurt the brand at all. Then came the ship wars of the great 2000s. What? Early 2000s. Why did I say the great 2000s? Improv! Yeah. Basically, the Deke cartoon was popular for many reasons, one of which being Sally Acorn, the main love interest of Sonic within the show. However, if you weren't raised on the cartoon and more raised on the games, you probably shipped Sonic with Amy Rose. Or if you were really cool, Shadow the Hedgehog. This created a bit of a war over the years, to the point where, like, Sonic's creator Sega, owner Sega, not the creator, I don't think he works on Sonic anymore, felt it was a detriment to their business. Then came Ken Penders, the Pendering, during the great Ken Penders lawsuit. That guy was a thorn in their side for a little bit before this, too, for 2 main reasons. Why did I stick 3 fingers up? Improv? 2 main reasons. One, after the end of the original Deke Sonic cartoons, Ben Hurst, the creator of the shows, tried to pitch a movie, so he asked his buddy Ken Penders, who he thought, oh, he adapted all my stuff for the comics. He must love me, and then he'll be great at doing this. He botched that pitch meeting horribly. And then went to them again for a second pitch meeting for his own movie based on the Archie comics and Deke Sonic the Hedgehog. To top then, of course, one thing that really annoyed them, the adaptation of Hat Knuckles from the Sonic OVA. Yeah, he put that in the comics, which they did not allow. They didn't care for that. It's like they didn't want that in the comics. They didn't want that advertised for whatever reason. Kind of stupid, but point is, he technically broke a rule. Then, finally, the Pendering. Somehow, Ken Penders magically won the rights to all the characters that he created during Sonic Archie the comic. Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comic boy. 5000, yeah. It's kind of really stupid how he won that, because literally the only reason that happened was because Archie Comics lost his work for hire contract. I have no idea how that happened. How that could happen. It's Archie. They're in their heyday, they were just as evil as DC or Marvel was when it comes to like work for hire contracts. So the fact that they lost one, not just anyone, but their most annoying employee that nobody liked, it begs some questions how that happened. Yeah, and then that it kind of felt like they could have won that one, but Sega just lost it. My theory is they lost it on purpose, just so that they could restructure the Sonic Archie comics to like fit more of the brand. You know, putting in a lot more rules. Sonic and Sally can't be together. Amy can only be in love with Sonic. Sonic the comic fans know what I'm talking about there. Yeah, a bunch of other stuff. And then, due to Archie's mismanagement of the comic with a really weird, well, a really bad second Sonic and Mega Man crossover. Sonic and Mega Man, the weirdest. That's some Crisis on Infinite Earths shit right there. Which it basically was. The Genesis wave, it basically was. Yeah. And, Scabbly Babbledy ended in a cancellation, but then it got to the IDW comics, which started from a new thing based on a lot of stuff from Sonic Colors, Sonic Forces, Sonic Heroes, and everything, with some new characters here and there that are official Sonic characters. You're probably wondering, oh, what about our old buddy Ken? Well, somehow he's still publishing. He published a book featuring comics by Archie Sonic, as well as an original story that he produced. It's mostly just reprints and one original story. But the point is, it's featuring Sonic characters, and I'm just wondering how he got the license to like use Sonic characters. Like, I don't think he had that much money. And you know, what do I know? Maybe he's sucking somebody's dick at Sega. Who knows? Or licking somebody's twat. You never know. Yeah, I have no idea what Ken Pender's orientation is, or who he is filleting orally pleasing to make a bad Sonic comic. It could be anything. Yeah. Yeah. But the fact that they are allowing this to be published means they might actually want some of the things Ken Penders is making, as well as stuff from the Archie books, the cartoons and everything, because that brings me to another thing, like, whatchamacallit, Sonic Prime, where Rusty Rose, clearly based on Bunny Rabbit from the Deep cartoon and Archie books. So, interest in it is still there. So, what I think is probably going to happen in the future is an unnamed Sonic Mega adaptation that features bits and pieces from everything. Archie Sonic, the Deep cartoons, Sonic X, Fleetway, all of it. That's gonna happen someday, and I feel like Sonic's gonna have to, like, drop some of the rules of their mandates and probably acquire the characters, like some of the characters that Ken Bender has created. Or they could Herlock Sholmes him. You know, like, oh, you have Lock the Echidna? Well, this is Rock the Echidna. Fully legal. Fully legal. Fully legal. And I feel like, so, yeah. Also, Sonic does have a dad besides Jules, Polly the Hedgehog, so we can use him. We can still make him a robot. Yeah. If Ken don't want to play ball, the Mega adaptation can still happen. It's gonna happen with or without you, Ken. Yeah. So that's what I think's gonna happen with Sonic in the future. A gigantic Mega adaptation that will either feature the original characters created by Ken Penders or very obvious pastiches. But hopefully not Jeffrey St. John. We don't need him. Especially since, like, the skunk was a girl in the cartoon. So, you know. Also, that character is directly based on a character from the Deep cartoon. I don't know how he won that. Like, Out of all the characters he made for Archie, Jeffrey St. John I'm confused by the most. Yeah, very weird. Very weird. But yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing. You just watched it. Sonic Mega Adaptation 2035. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be old as shit when it happens, but I'm gonna love it. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the Blood Elk, fear the Stabbopotamus, and death to Kronos. Ooh. A roast beef and cheese sandwich with Kewpie mayo. That was my dinner. Have a night, folks.